Welcome to That's So Us
with Ama
and Lo.
Join us every Friday as we talk about everything and anything.
From pop culture to mental health to life experiences.
Everyone needs a vent session, and we're ready to connect with you on so many levels.
Be ready to laugh and even cry. Grab some tissues and a drink.
And join us as we turn our 3 a.m. calls into this podcast. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
That's good.
You wanna start with your highs and lows?
Sure. Well, high is I might have just confirmed booking another trip.
Yep.
That is gonna be so much fun. Low is well, I hate saying it again and again because I feel like I'm always sick, but like I am, so or not I am. I'm starting to get sick, so it's just annoying.
Yeah. I love that for you. My
Thanks.
high, I have two. So I went to Olivia's show last night,
Mhm.
and literally before it started, I was having a fucking anxiety attack. I was like, oh my God, like there's so many people, and like my social anxiety, like I did not know it was that bad until I
And
was
you
like,
were by yourself.
yeah, I was by myself, and when I'm with someone, like I don't care. But I was
Mhm.
by myself, and I just don't like. Oh, I don't like when people look at me. But then this kid next to me, right before like when the guts like countdown candle thing came on, like she tapped my
Mhm.
leg, and I was like, what the fuck does she want? I turned, and she's like, you're really pretty, and then I almost cried.
Oh,
Um,
that's so cute.
I know. And then my second high, well, it's a high and a low because I just don't know how to stop spending my own money or money in
Yeah.
general. But yeah, so I booked another trip for Madison, and
Mhm.
my 4 shows went to 6 now. So yeah,
Honestly, it's a sleigh.
yeah, it's gonna
I'm
be fun.
excited.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I can't wait to see what she does differently this
me
tour.
too. And if there's no purple outfit, yeah, well, there's gonna
I
be
really
beef.
liked the maroon one. That was cute.
Yeah. And the gray one with the belt
Oh, yeah, that was cute.
and the pink one, but I want that in lavender. That would hit.
Mm,
But I don't think she
that'd
likes
be
the
cute.
colors, so yeah. And then my low is well, I'm also sick, I guess. Not even I guess. I'm
Yeah.
not like I don't feel sick, but I keep coughing. Like my throat like doesn't
Um,
really hurt, but like it feels like there's something there that I need to like cough.
yeah.
And then yeah, I spent my money. I don't have any money, so if anyone wants to send me money,
If anyone wants to
feel
sponsor us,
free.
duty
Um,
free.
and yeah, that's my lows.
I love that.
But oh, my birthday's in exactly a month, and I'm having a midlife
Oh my
crisis.
gosh.
I literally can't. I can't get into it. I can't. Anyways, I did not think of the question.
Oh, yeah, I actually kind of forgot about that.
Me too.
I was
Until
gonna
I
go straight
realized
into the song.
I didn't even pick a song.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
One thing.
Just one.
Do you want to hear the whole list? I think that okay, I'm not gonna say something physical, I'm gonna be nice.
Okay.
I think something that I would wanna change is the way that my brain thinks that everyone is, like, perceiving me the second they look at me, because I feel like that refrains me from, like, either wearing certain things or, like, just doing certain things. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would change.
I would change it's kinda sad because it's, like, my personality, I guess. Not entirely. Um, but there are just some times where I'll be, like, super reserved in front of people that, like, I shouldn't even be reserved in front of because they're, like, my friends or, like, my family, so I don't know. It's just certain times where I'm a little bit more not shy, I don't know how to even describe it, but I just would like to be more outgoing.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah. Song, I don't have one.
Um, Mine is Burning Love by Elvis Presley.
So good. You know what? I actually just heard that today.
Oh, iconic.
Oh, mine is Best Part featuring her by
That's
Daniel.
good.
So good. There's someone who did like a cover on TikTok, and I keep listening to that because I'm obsessed with how they did it.
Mm.
Should we just jump right in?
I don't even know how to start it.
I know, because
Um,
this
Fuck
topic is
Dan
really
Schneider. That's how you start it.
this topic's really heavy, I feel. And I
Mm-hmm.
also feel like there's like so much that I want to talk about, but I know my mind's gonna go like all over the place.
Yeah. I think just
And
yeah.
sorry, I was gonna say, and I didn't even actually watch the whole like docu-series thing
Yeah, and
because I
there's still more
don't have
coming out.
yeah, I don't have HBO Max, so I was just watching like little clips on TikTok,
Mm.
which says enough.
Yeah. I mean, when I was watching it, I was like I didn't even have words off the time.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Um, First of all, I feel so bad for Amanda Bynes. Like, and she couldn't speak on the show because she was in like a conservatorship with her parents. And that's why she wasn't allowed to speak. But like, I wish someone would like speak to her because I feel like she has so much to say. And I feel bad because
Yeah.
everyone looks at her and they're like, oh my God, like what happened to her? But like, trauma does that to you. I don't know.
Oh, 100%. I think also Hollywood pushes like the narrative of, when you're like a child star and you get too exhausted or you're overworked or whatever, and then as you grow up, you become addicted to drugs or alcohol, or I don't know, you're just like you change, I guess, and kind of go down like a dark path. When in reality, it's not even because of the work, but it's because of the trauma associated around it and the
Yeah.
people and the environment. And it isn't just Nickelodeon, that's the thing. It's like this is like slowly coming out, but it's been known. It's like it's so annoying because
Yeah.
I personally believe that the people on a documentary should have said something when everything happened. Even if they didn't know what was going
Yeah.
on, they should have like because obviously they had like some doubt. That's why they're like talking about it now. So
Hmm.
they knew and they
Yeah.
didn't say anything. Out
Yeah.
of what? Out of fear that they were gonna get fired? Like,
Yeah.
if anything happened to, like, a child that I knew and say I was gonna get fired for saying something, absolutely, I would get fired from, like, 20 jobs, like because why would you not stand up for a kid
Yeah, exactly.
who has no
And
voice?
yeah, and I remember one of the girls, because they only had two writers, and apparently, not apparently, they split the two writers pay in half. So they were only getting paid half of like what they were supposed to be getting paid. So like let's say they were making like a writer was making 80K, they would each only get 40K.
Mhm.
Um, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, one of them ended up leaving because the one time Dan like made one of them like act out a scene with like leaning against a desk and like doing some fucked up shit, and like one of them was like, I can't do this anymore, and they left. But it was just like even the men there, I was like when you see that, like you just don't do any, you don't say anything,
Yeah,
you just sit there.
yeah. Especially, I don't know who it was, but some mom was speaking about how her daughter was sent nudes from some guy, and I think her daughter was, like,
Oh
13 or
yes, yes, yes.
14,
She was like
and she
11
didn't
or
say
something.
anything. Like, she didn't call the cops, she was scared of how people were gonna perceive
Yeah.
her, she was scared that her daughter was not gonna get work or something, I don't know.
Yes.
But, like and I'm not hating on her, but, like, I'm kinda hating on her, why are you doing that? Like, why would you not stand up for a kid?
Yeah.
It's just, like, it really blows my mind, actually.
Yeah, and it's like it's happened to so many of them. And you know Alexa Nicholas?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I keep looking at my phone because I have notes.
Oh, you're good.
But Alexa Nicholas, yeah. So I was following her for a little while, and she like has been speaking about this and like speaking against it, but like
Mhm.
no one believed her.
Mhm.
And like now all like what changed? Because she's been saying all this
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, I also feel like I said earlier, it's not Nickelodeon, it's not just Nickelodeon, it's literally all of Hollywood. I feel like the elites are very, powerful and involved in
Yeah.
a lot of really dark stuff, and they're just pedophiles and predators,
Yeah.
and so many of them are not gonna, like, be convicted because, like, the government's probably involved too. Like, there's so many people that
Yeah.
we don't know about who actually have so much power, who are involved, who will never get caught,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
Even now, like Dan Schneider's not in trouble. He has a bad rep to his name,
Right.
sure, but like nothing legal was taken against him. And then he had like this fake ass apology, like, oh, if I can go back and change how, like, what?
I saw that, and I think it was very telling that he was having a conversation with a former, um, cast member or whatever
Yeah.
from iCarly, and, like, he probably asked what's his name? I don't even know. I think it was Tebow on the show, but, like, Dan asked Tebow to do this interview, so he's, like, potentially paying him to do this.
Hmm.
So, obviously, he's gonna, like I don't know, there's just, like, a lot of bias when it comes to that, like, why not talk to somebody who is an actual journalist, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And also, he didn't even deny anything,
No, he
really.
didn't. He literally just
He
said,
said,
oh,
"I'm
if I can change it,
sorry."
like, I would. Okay.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. And
Cause
then, sorry,
no, you're fine. You can go.
there's a part, I think it was the All That show or something. I don't remember what it was called, something like that.
Mhm.
Where one of the girls was, like, going through puberty and, like, when you go through puberty, like, you gain weight, like, your body changes, and they literally told her that, like, "You can't be the fat one, like, we already have a fat one."
My god.
And I was like, "How do, like, people talk to children like that?" And, like, no one, not even just children, like, anyone, whether they're, like,
Yeah.
10, 30, like, whatever. And then there was also something that came out from, like, the Zack and Cody set where, like, I don't know who this guy is. It's not Dan, but it's another fucking man, whatever. And I remember they were saying, like, it was the mom from Zack and Cody that, like, spoke out and said this. And,
Mhm.
um, you know what the story is?
No.
Okay. Basically, so there's Cole and Dylan. Cole was skinnier than Dylan, whatever, it doesn't matter. And there's like the food that they have, and Dylan like went to get a donut to eat, and the guy like apparently ran into the room, and he was like, "You can't eat that until you look like him." And then he pointed at
My
the skinnier
god.
one, and like the girl said she literally like yelled at him in front of everyone, and she's like, "You don't fucking speak to like children like that,
Yeah.
like whatever." So like she was, like, standing up for them, which is, like, one of the only people I've heard doing that, but it's just so,
Right.
like, fucked up because, like, then you, like people look at, like, these child stars like Miley and, like, Demi and everyone, and they're like, "How like, why are they so fucked up? Like, why are they act like this?" But, like,
Mm.
shit that they, like, go through that, like, we already know, and I'm sure, like, what we know is not even, like, half of what happened.
Yeah, exactly. It also sucks that, like, going back to just parents, I think so many of them wanted to live through their children, and so they, like, either forced them to be, um, like, child actors,
Mhm.
or if, like, the kid just didn't wanna do it anymore and, like, they forced them to continue. Ugh, it just, like, makes me so mad. So,
Yeah.
they're forcing them to do something they don't wanna do,
Yeah.
and then they're probably taking all that money and using it for themselves.
Yeah.
So it's just like, ugh, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
No.
that little and it, like, goes so beyond TV too, because like, social media nowadays,
Yeah.
on TikTok, all of these, like, mom influencers or whatever, there's, like, a little girl, and her mom posts, videos of, like, her outfits from,
I
like, her
know.
mom's perspective and then her
Yeah.
grandma's or whatever, and she knows that there are predators commenting really weird stuff now that she turned her comments off, but she still
But
does it. She
still.
still makes the videos. She still, like and she's getting, like, views, so she's exploiting her child for views,
Yeah, and it's
and she
disgusting,
doesn't
like, the
care.
amount of saves those videos have,
Yeah.
like, turn it off. I don't
No,
know,
for
like, just don't post that shit. I don't know, it's, like, weird.
I think it's different when you post your kid in, like, another light, but, like, it's just, like, the
Well, the thing
stuff
too,
that she
like, she's
posts.
wearing, like she's okay, she's putting, like, the kid in, like, crop tops and stuff, and it's like, you know who's saving that.
Yeah,
It's not me. It's not
right.
other moms. It's men. Like,
Yeah. I think and this goes for the show too, it's like they made, um they made a show for kids, but the
mhm.
jokes were obviously geared towards a different audience
Yeah.
because those jokes, I mean, I never
I didn't
understood them
understand them. I
growing
would have
up.
never,
It
like
goes over our head. We're
yeah,
literally like 10 years old. But
yeah,
the people who do understand are adults. And what adults are going to watch Victorious or iCarly or whatever? Not that many unless you're, I don't know, these weird pedophiles who
yeah.
I don't because they made, like, a lot of like, Ariana's character, for example, they made her sound and look a lot younger than she actually was. So, I don't know, it's just, like, the content
Mhm.
that
But
is
even watching it
created.
now, like, I understand,
Yeah,
like, the jokes,
yeah,
but like you were saying, like, this wasn't for us. Like,
yeah. Because like, why would that be in a kid's show?
yeah. I don't fucking know. I thought she was just being weird. Like,
Right.
I never was like, oh, like, or even Zoe 101. Like, I watched that shit religiously. And all the stuff that was like shown about that, I was like, I didn't like in my head that was never what was happening. But like now,
Yeah,
like I do think like I mean I know.
yeah. Ugh, I don't know.
Mm.
It's just like they cater this content towards people who they know
Yeah.
will see it.
Yeah.
Or maybe going back to, like, TikTok and parents posting their kid or whatever, and say that they are, like, naive to all of
Mhm.
this, 'kay? And, like, they don't know that there are people who will take a very innocent post and get off to that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, to us normal people, it's like, okay, like a cute baby, whatever. To pedophiles, to people who are weird, it's different. So,
Mhm.
like, why make content for those people when you know that, like, they're clicking on your stuff?
Yeah.
Just don't make it at all. I think it's weird.
Yeah. And another thing, we would get fired because there's this girl that went to a concert one night and Dan found out and fired her
Oh.
because she was doing other things than working. When it's a weeknight and it's
Mhm,
nighttime and she
mhm.
wasn't work like she wasn't scheduled to work, but she got fired because she went um to a concert. So I would
That's
be
crazy.
fired immediately.
Or, like, when, like, the kids wouldn't, like, want to do stuff with him, as in, I think he asked Drake to go to Disneyland or something like the
Mhm.
Disney World or whatever, and he was just like, "No, like, I'm just gonna stay here with my girlfriend, whatever," and he repeatedly called Drake, not only called Drake, but also went as far as to call the girlfriend's
Fucking weird.
house, and I don't know, he was probably, like, 15, I assume. What 40-year-old is asking and calling continuously for a 15-year-old? and then
Yeah.
to spend the day at Disney. That's so weird.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, also shame on the mom, I think, because unless they didn't know. I don't know. I
Well,
know the
Drake's dad
dad.
spoke, yeah, in the thing, and he was like
Yeah.
mortified.
Yeah.
Um, I'm like, so Drake Bell has me blocked on Twitter. Um,
Oh, why?
okay, so if we take him back a few years, 10 years at this point,
Mhm.
he used to make music. And when he released music, he was making fun of Justin Bieber.
Mhm.
And I went to go look at my tweets recently, and I basically was bullied. I was bullied. So Drake was like talking shit about Justin's music, saying like he has no fans and like he's gonna be better than him. And I was like, you have no fans, like your music's fucking ass. And then he blocked me.
Oh.
So yeah. So I like honestly forgot about him a bit because like I never see his like anything. I'm like I don't
Yeah.
follow him on Instagram.
Mhm.
Um, and then I like remembered that he had me blocked. Yeah, like for him, there's a part of me that like, well, I obviously feel bad and like he should have never like went through that or like anything. But then people are like, so he did get like in trouble or like charged for like talking to minors or something. He never like did anything physical with them. But then people are like excusing it. And I'm like, it doesn't like in my personal opinion, it's not an excuse for that. Like he still went and did it. But I do think like it's rooted in trauma. But I still don't think it's like
100%.
okay or
It
like
is rooted in
like
trauma for
excuses.
sure.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, and people always say, and this may not be the case for every person, but people who, um, get abused when they're younger,
Yeah.
potentially abuse when they're older.
Yeah.
Um, but I did hear on that the person was, like, pretending to be somebody else, and so once he found out that, like, the real age or whatever, then he
Mhm.
stopped all contact.
Yeah.
Which
That's what I
things
heard
like that
too.
are just tricky, so I don't know, but
Well, that's like me, like on Twitter. Every time someone new talks, like DMs me, not if they tweet me because like I
yeah,
don't care, but if they DM me, I literally am like, "How old are you?"
yeah,
Like that's like the first question I ask because like there's no like reason for me to be talking to like 15-year-olds. And like I
right,
don't want to get like in trouble. Not that like any of my conversations would ever like be like what he was like talking to them about, but
mhm.
still like I just feel like weird. Like honestly, anyone under like 20, like I don't know what to say. Like I don't want to sound like a bitch, but like I'm old. Like I don't know. Even like I know like 18, like it's like fine if I like what just in general, like I don't think like me as a 25-year-old should be speaking to anyone under the age of 18. Like there's
Yeah,
nothing in common with them really. And like what am I doing?
yeah,
Um so yeah, it's tricky. If someone lies to you, like that's like how am I supposed to know they're lying? Like I don't
mhm,
know. I just trust
yeah.
people. Maybe I shouldn't trust people.
Maybe I just shouldn't talk to people.
Maybe I should just like
I
delete
actually
every
don't
social
talk to people,
media
so
account and like maybe you're lying.
maybe. Dude, you
Maybe
know how
I'm
you
lying.
always said that, like, during tour and stuff, you would get DMs? I got nothing.
Well, lucky for you.
Or, like, about the situation, about, like, a specific person, like,
Mhm. But it
be
didn't really
careful for this
start yet.
person.
For us, it's gonna
Mm,
start in when our for us, it's gonna be not like when tour starts. It's gonna be when your first show starts. That's when it like really like hits up. Or
yeah,
like
that's
people are
true.
like
I'm
messaging me, they're like, "Oh
not
my
even
god, we're
on
going to the
Twitter.
same show." Like I don't even know you. Like not even in a rude way, but like there's a difference way to be like, "Oh my god, like you should say hi." Versus like, "Oh my god, like we should do
Yeah,
this, that, and" I don't like meeting people.
yeah.
Like that's
Wait,
really
somebody actually
but
on
like
TikTok, it was, like, under a Maggie video, and they were like, "I'm
what's
going
that?
to some show." I forget what show it was. Maybe Madison. And she was like, "We should meet up."
It's just funny because like I don't know
I don't
you.
know you.
I only want to meet up with my friends and that's about it because I don't like other not that I don't like other people, like that sounds so extreme. Like I'll be nice if I see people, but like I'm just like
Mhm,
already shy and awkward as is. So I don't need to be
yeah,
meeting all these people I don't know.
yeah. Unless they're coming up to us and being like, "Oh, I love your content."
Yeah.
Fans.
Then tell me. Hype me up,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I don't even know where we left off.
me either. I don't even know. I don't even have any other examples, but like it's just like there's 3 more episodes coming out, so I'm like intrigued to see that because I feel like it left on like an odd spot.
Mhm.
Because it was talking about like Drake, Bell, and like everything, and then it kind of just ended. And I was like, okay, but there's 3 more episodes coming out April 7th. So I'm excited. No, I'm not excited, but like I'm intrigued to like see what those
Yeah.
are about. But it's just yeah, it's so fucked up. And at the end of the day, like I think like if someone speaks out about something that like they went through, I think like you should just believe them at the end of the day. Um, and yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I also am curious to see who else comes on the
me
documentary
too.
aside from
I
Drake.
hope like more
And
people go on. Like, where's Jamie Lynn
yeah,
Spears? Because
dude,
at first
people
the
were
baby like
saying,
was Dan's, but then like they said it was a rumor. But like now part
mm,
of me is like I don't know.
I never heard that it was a rumor. I just thought that it was Sam's.
No, see, like it got what's the word? I don't know the word when it's a rumor and whatever got shut down, whatever. But like the
Oh,
baby kind of looks like him, so I
I
don't
was
know.
about to say, like,
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then there
she's
was like
like
an Amanda
14 now,
Bynes
I think,
fake
but
Twitter, like private Twitter account that she had,
uh-huh,
and then like obviously I don't know if that's actually real or not because like I could just make a fake Twitter account if I wanted to.
right.
But on there, it was like talking about how like she got pregnant by him and then had an abortion and like all these things, and it kind of adds up because of the years it was tweeted in. But I don't know. I
So
obviously
crazy. It's still just crazy to me that nobody did anything. And he said it himself in that interview. He's like, if somebody spoke up about the jokes, I would have changed it. First
Mhm.
off, sir, you wouldn't have. But second, um, nobody spoke up because of the way that you were acting towards them. They were probably scared. But that's also no excuse to speak up.
Okay, wait. Did you see the
But
pickle one?
no,
Okay,
I don't think so.
that there's this guy named Brian Peck,
Uh-huh.
um, and he was known as the Pickle Man.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah, and
yes.
he would walk around with a fucking plate of pickles and like shove them in his mouth.
Yeah. On that
Like,
all that show or whatever.
yeah, like fucking
Yeah.
weird. And then like there was a scene where he like took a pickle and like put it through a door hole. I was like, what is that? Like, and like
It's
obviously when
just
I was a kid, I never was like, oh, like that's like sex. Like,
yeah.
but like now I'm like, what the fuck?
Or when they had Ariana doing all those things, like
Like,
sucking her toe.
yeah. Like
First
what?
off, he has a foot fetish, that's for
Oh,
sure.
100%. Which like you can
Also,
have a
this is
fetish,
so
it's fine, but like
don't like
don't exploit kids. And like I
yeah.
heard that like some clips from like Zoe 101 and like I think it was Victorious were like on Pornhub.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but I saw people writing about that. So I don't know if they saw it there or whatever, but like yeah.
That's so crazy.
Mhm.
It's sad that these people who are in charge of employing kids are also the ones exploiting them and not doing anything to protect them.
Yeah.
I also don't know if the laws have changed now, but I feel like,
Hopefully hopefully there's more that's protecting them.
yeah, I feel like if you're a minor, you can't be on set alone.
Mhm.
Which why would you even leave your kid alone to begin with?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
So,
it's
it's
so
just
difficult because
crazy.
I get it when like you trust someone. You're like, okay, like I don't know. I was trying to be like I know it's like a different setting, but I was like, okay, like sometimes like you leave your kid with like a babysitter or like a family friend, like you trust
Mhm.
them. So I don't know if it was like a thing of like, okay, like I trust these people that like my kid is working with. But then again, like I don't know if I would leave my kid in a work setting. I don't know.
Yeah, but I also feel like I also don't know where I heard this from, but, like, talking about Amanda, people were saying that her dad knew about what was happening, but, like, not was fine with it, but, like, let it happen. So,
Yeah.
was fine
Well,
with
like
it.
there was a part like in the thing that it said like Dan brought Amanda to like a room by herself, just him. And like there was a rule that there was supposed to be like an adult at all times with
Mhm.
the kids, but like no one cared. So he just went to a room
Yeah,
with her for like 30, 40 minutes to practice lines. But like what are you doing in there? Like I don't know.
right. it's
Yeah.
just the fact that people, like, questioned it too and didn't
Mhm.
say anything.
Yeah.
Like,
But
come on.
yeah, I'm interested to see what the other episodes are about.
Yeah. It just makes me mad. Like, everyone on that documentary. Really haven't even seen it, but it makes me mad. Like,
Yeah.
you're a bystander.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad.
But, yeah, I guess we'll wait and see. I still won't be able to watch it because I don't have HBO Max, but
Yeah. Well, I'll come with the Spark Notes.
okay. Thanks.
Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh my god, ew.
Even though it was very heavy, is
Yeah.
ugh,
Yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know what else to say. So thanks for listening. Leave a review, rate the podcast, and we'll talk to you next